Good morning, everyone. My name is Ted Ellis, and I am the program chair for the Bachelor of Arts in Social and Criminal Justice and the Master of Science in Criminal Justice programs at the University of Arizona Global Campus, and I am a co-chair for this session.
And I'm Nicola Prendergast Lucas. I'm an assistant professor at UAGC and a co-chair for the Culture of Care Summit.
And we are pleased to welcome you to this Boots on the Ground, a Day in the Life presentation, sponsored by the College of Arts and Sciences and facilitated by the University of Arizona Global Campus Department of Behavioral Sciences. Our presenters will now introduce themselves. Some of you may know our presenters, and if so, please use the chat to join me in welcoming each of them. We hope you enjoy this session.
Good morning, everyone. Feel free to advance the slide. We'll start right away. My name is Amy Rogers, and I am very excited to introduce you to the Strategic Partnerships team and to have you learn who strategic partnerships are, what we do, and most important, for you to learn how the culture of care is critical in our roles representing UAGC. Go ahead and advance, thank you. As you listen today, we encourage you to listen for how the culture of care pillars are embedded in our practice. But before we talk about that and before you meet our first coordinator, I think that you will notice what I know to be true about this team. They have heard me say it a dozen times that each of them were selected for a reason. Before the culture of care was a thing, before the pillars were created and the culture of care branded, it was evident that the people serving in roles as outreach coordinators on behalf of UAGC needed to possess personality traits that would attract potential transfer students. And I think you, as you listen today, will recognize what I know about this team with their personalities. Go ahead and advance, please. So a little bit about strategic partnerships. We have 9 partners with community colleges and non-traditional institutions and organizations that you will hear about today. And ultimately, our job is to nurture those relationships. They were very strategically acquired, and what it means to partner is that transfer students coming from the community college in particular, with their completed associate's degree, as well as faculty, staff, and immediate family members of those institutions get not only a tuition benefit for transferring to UAGC, but they also get customized degree pathways that ultimately maximize their credits that transfer to us. But another human element that's beneficial for students that transfer from our partners is they get a coordinator, one of the 4 that you see on the screen, that really serve as a bridge between the school that they're leaving and this university. So you can probably get the idea of how important it is for each of us to be able to connect, to be able to empower students and truly be student-centered. So that's what I hope that you will hear today. Ultimately, what our responsibilities include is outreach. We are the boots on the ground. We are one of 3 teams here at UAGC that are out in the community and talking to potential transfer students. It's a fun job, it's a challenging job, and no 2 days are ever the same. And I think you will hear that. And with that, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our very first coordinator, Mr. Shaler Bernard.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Shaler, the coordinator for Dallas College. I'm located here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. You can call me the ambassador. I support a community of 7 campuses with a population of 121,000 students. I've been with UAGC for 3 years now, and my background is a cornucopia of everything. I was in the Air Force for 23 years, but I have 12 years experience in training and development. Here's the fun fact I think everybody's gonna love. I'm also a UAGC graduate. I got my bachelor's in organizational management while I was in the Air Force. So I consider myself the non-traditional learner prototype, and I love it. So a day as a boots on the ground, first of all, I love this team and I love this job. I was the first coordinator hired back in September of 21, and I've seen the evolution of this position. I am the big brother of the crew, ask Autumn and Joni. So when I first came in, we were writing a playbook as we went. It wasn't seamless. We battled the COVID pandemic while establishing an online school partnership with a traditional community college. It was grassroots campaigning. Along with Dr. Rogers, I spent my time on countless meetings with the Vice Chancellor, campus presidents, provosts, deans, faculty, workforce development, and some community leaders while advancing the brand. We also collaborated with Dallas College to create unique student-focused initiatives such as a 3+1 BS Tech program for selected IT programs, a veterinary tech program pathway for vet tech graduates, an allied health-focused concurrent enrollment program in which students pursuing associate degrees and selected Dallas College allied health programs can also work at obtaining a bachelor's degree in health information management and healthcare administration. So my days can be pretty dynamic. You can find me attending golfing events, breakfasts, galas with some of the largest nonprofit organizations in Dallas as part of the relationship with Dallas College. Being invited to Dallas College events such as some campus presidents' cookouts. My favorite is Uncle Joe's Cookout. It's a huge crawfish boil where I'm out on campus advocating and networking with students and staff. Sometimes over 1,200 people usually attend. I was also invited to sit in on the Walmart Distribution Center Future of Automation, and it just told how it connects the community college graduate and adult student employment. You can find me out promoting the UAGC Dallas College initiatives, attending the Dallas College Vet Tech Expo, promoting the pathway and the concurrent enrollment, presenting on concurrent enrollment at the Dallas-Fort Worth Area Health Information Management Association workshop. I also attend STEM events to promote the BS Tech program, the 3+1 program. Now I'm getting into my favorite. I support military connected services events because that's near and dear to my heart because I speak that language. A huge part of my position requires me to table for 4 days, and that's setting up a table at one of the 7 Dallas College campuses, recruiting and connecting with prospective students. But my ultimate favorite events are the cool events, such as Advice in a Slice, where I'll present to students, and then once I'm done, it becomes a pizza party. This is where I really get to interface with the students. So this position touches every pillar of the culture of care specifically. So let's start with the S, students. Everything we do is student-centered, even before they're enrolled at UAGC. I'm intentional. I make sure every prospective student and Dallas College member is seen and valued. Communication, the constant open dialogue, and listening to the students' and partners' needs. Advocacy, why UAGC is the best institution for online learning and student success. Respect, most importantly, this is paramount. Respecting the students' goals, feelings, attitudes, while respecting the partner schools regarding their time, their availability, and their openness. And empowerment, I assist the students with additional resources and information to ensure that they're making an informed decision when considering UAGC. Everybody, this is how, on the daily, I embody the culture of care.
Autumn, I think you're next. Thank you, Shay.
Well, hi, everybody. Thank you for having me and this amazing team. I'm the newbie on the team. Next month actually will be my 1-year anniversary. I can truly say throughout my career, this has been the best and most collaborative team I have ever worked with. I love our collaborative vibe. And one thing that I think we do really well is connect and remain close, even though we are all online. And that definitely transfers over to the students. They can definitely pick up on that and want to know more about it. How do we connect? How are we warm? How are we feeling that when we are in different parts of the country? As the Strategic Partnership Coordinator, I connect UAGC and Maricopa Community Colleges. I'd like to consider myself a matchmaker of sorts. Maricopa Community Colleges consists of 10 colleges, and we are the largest community colleges district in the United States. We are located throughout Phoenix, Arizona, all over the valley, which is a lot of travel space. One of the things I love about my job is that it is different every single day. One thing that never changes is my coffee order. I start my travels every single day with a large iced Americano, light cream, half sweet banana. I know it's weird, but you have to try it. My position is all about building relationships and finding ways to reach potential new students. My background is education and counseling. Utilizing those degrees and my natural love of people, I enjoy all the different ways I can get out there with boots on the ground. I let students know about our university and all the benefits UAGC offers. A day in the life for me and boots on the ground can look like attending transfer and career fairs at all 10 Maricopa community colleges, attending Maricopa graduations. Each college is different, their own culture, their own diverse population, and of course, all the graduations are different. I also attend Maricopa conferences, especially if it relates to my position or I can glean knowledge and share with my colleagues. I also conduct virtual events to promote UAGC and enrollment. Supporting military and veteran events is also near and dear to my heart, like Shay. While I haven't served, I am a huge fan and a huge supporter of everything military. I'm very excited. Next month, actually, I get to go to Sierra Vista, Fort Huachuca, which is very southern Arizona, and support military potential students there. Thinking outside of the box, I've also approached Aveda Cosmetology School. Many of the students attending there want to earn their bachelor's and have their own salon one day. So I like to think outside of the box all the time. And since I do get my coffee every morning, I ended up talking to one of the managers at Black Rock Coffee Shop. Interestingly and conveniently, a Black Rock Coffee Shop is always connected, or at least right next door to one of the Maricopa community colleges. I asked if I could present to them and to the employees, because many of them, almost all of them actually, are attending one of the Maricopa colleges. They were very excited to learn that we have partnership with them, that they get a tuition discount sometimes, and that the pathways are awesome and a seamless transfer. So that was just one of the unique ways I like to think outside of the box and find students wherever they are and meet them wherever they are. Every college is different, like I mentioned. In my other life, I was a personal and career counselor with Maricopa colleges, as well as adjunct faculty and a faculty chair liaison. Given that knowledge, I use as a guide to approach the different colleges and the students' needs, given the diversity of populations. Two examples I'd like to share are from Glendale Community College and Rio Salado College. Rio Salado College is all online like we are. Many students enrolled at Rio find it a very seamless transfer to UAGC because of that. Rio Salado works directly with the Sheriff and Police Academies of Arizona. I'm always really excited to attend the academies and their graduations for their transfer fairs, their education fairs, and teach them how they can transfer from Rio Salado College to us while keeping us safe in the community. They earn credit with Rio Salado and often finish with an associate's and are ready to start right away. They are super excited that our college is flexible with, the when to enroll and when they can get online and do their work while they're working as a policeman or a sheriff in the community. A completely opposite experience that I wanted to share with you was at Glendale Community College, which is in the West Valley. It is a very traditional college with traditional semesters and a really diverse group of students, many who have to work full-time. I recently was talking with a student who was very interested in our program because it was online. She said that she is a very busy grandma, and earning her associates at Glendale Community College was a gift that she gave to herself after she retired and raised her family. She was like, I don't know though, I think I'm just going to be way too old to get my bachelor's degree. And I said, well, you don't have to tell me your age, but how old are you going to be in 2 years with a bachelor's or without a bachelor's degree? and a light bulb went off for her. She got teary-eyed. I almost got teary-eyed. And she talked with one of our advisors right there. She is starting classes in I think a few months actually. And I'm really excited about that. Those are just two awesome examples. There are so many. I could talk forever. But in summary, my position touches every pillar of the culture of care, specifically communication. I'm in constant communication with our scholarship awardees via email, phone, or in person, as well as any and every potential student or current student we have enrolled. And advocacy. I'm constantly asking myself when I go to these different events, what is best for the student? And I'm truly proud to say that we offer, the programs we offer, the pathways, the benefits, everything is just some student-centered and supported, and it makes me really proud to represent. Thank you.
Thank you, Autumn. Before we go on to our next coordinator, would anybody like to jump in with a question or comment for Shaylor or Autumn? Okay, Joni, you're next.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joni Stead, and I'm a coordinator with Strategic Partnerships. I've been with UAGC for about 2 years. And prior to that, my background includes hospitality, university development, nonprofit fundraising, volunteer recruitment, and I was an adjunct professor for 12 years. So my position with UAGC in strategic partnerships kind of takes a little bit of everything I've done, puts it in a perfect package that makes me love my job every single day. A day in my life working for me includes my 3 partners. I have Phi Theta Kappa, Ultimate Medical Academy, and M0A. So let's start with Phi Theta Kappa, otherwise known as PTK. This is an international honor society exclusively available at community colleges. In order to be a member of PTK, you must have a minimum GPA of 3.5 to be invited. There are over 1,200 chapters and 29 regions of PTK in the US, and I am that point of contact for the home office, for the chapter advisors, for the regional directors, and for the students. 90% of my communication with the PTK is with college relations team, with the advisors to schedule virtual presentations for their chapter meetings. So while I can't travel to every meeting, I'm invited to present via Zoom and let them know that we can have additional meetings, or I can get their information and then transfer them to our enrollment team. 3 to 4 times a year, I'm really lucky, I get to attend regional conferences within the 29 regions and advocate and introduce PTK members to UAGC transfer opportunities, pathways, and our tuition savings discount, which is up to $4,950 per year for full-time students. PTK also holds a national conference once a year where UAG sponsors and tables at the PTK Catalyst with up to 7,000 members and alumni in attendance. That conference is in 10 days, and I'm getting really excited to attend. PTK members are, for the most part, researching for your university that interests them to transfer to upon receiving their associate's degree. So the conferences and the virtual college fairs provide me with direct access to thousands of members to listen to their interests and their needs, and it provides tremendous outreach opportunity on a one-on-one basis as well as in a group setting. So let's talk about Ultimate Medical Academy, also known as UMA. UMA is an education institute that grants associate's degrees, but they are not a community college. Their courses are 100% online and are similar to the structure of UAGC, which is 5-week courses. My work with UMA is different in that I work with the College and Career Relations Department to help students that are about to graduate to transfer to a four-year university. This is a really key partnership and is one of our largest, as UAGC is one of only 5 partners that UMA has an articulation agreement with and that they refer students to continue their education after they receive their associate's degree. My direct contact with UMA graduates comes as they celebrate at their fall and spring commencements with thousands of graduates in attendance. Actually, I leave tomorrow for spring commencement and can't wait to connect with the UMA graduates and to help them with their next steps with enrolling in UAGC. It's a super exciting time for UMA graduates. Graduates bring their family members, their children, to watch them celebrate this huge accomplishment. I get to interact with them during this electric time. One way that we utilize our articulation department for student success is through UMA. Our articulation department, through their creativity, took our first 5 courses and they modified them to help UMA graduates to be better prepared by changing the order of the classes they take. I am very proud to share that the research shows that retention for UMA students has increased since implementing the modification to these, the different order of courses. And that is a huge, absolutely huge accomplishment for our articulation department that helps work with our partners every day. Lastly, I would like to share with you about M0A, a flight training company with a celebrity owner instructor by the name of Jason Chabert. M0A is extremely well known in the aeronautics industry, and they have a massive number of students and followers. M0A is not a degree granting institution. However, between UAGC, the connection between UAGC and M0A is a natural fit. You're thinking, why? How is that a natural fit? It's not a college. Well, did you know that UAGC uses all the curriculum designed by Jason Chabert for our drone courses? So my work with M0A is 100% outreach, introducing UAGC to any member of the M0A community and inviting them to attend virtual information sessions to show them how our pathways can add value to their pilot or drone training to advance their careers. Each day in my life is unique, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I implement each pillar of our culture of care, putting students first through my communication, advocating for student success, respecting our partners and our students, and empowering students to continue their education journey. Thank you so much for coming to our presentation.
Thank you, Joni. Thank you, Autumn and Shay. Well, last, there's me. As director of the strategic partnership team, I have the pleasure of working with each of the individuals that you just heard from. And I think based on the comments in the chat, you caught on to those personality traits that I was bragging about that each of them has, the energy and the positivity, as well as that comfort level and trust that they project that allows students to actually approach them at tabling events and at all these different functions. A little bit more about what we do. We also have several other partners. We usually have another coordinator in Texas. We will hopefully be refilling that position at the end of the summer. So for now, I am sharing those responsibilities with Shay, since he's in Texas. Temple College, as well as Central Texas College, are 2 of our big partners and 2 that we're very close with. Temple College in particular, you can see one of the community events on my slide features some of your colleagues you may know, Jesse Upshaw, Shaylor Bernard himself, and then our boss, John Aldrich. We support, for 3 years now, we've supported through sponsorship their annual charity fundraising golf tournament. It's always fun. And when we're there, we have our name, UAGC, all over the course. So you can see us modeling with our, one of the tees. Another area that we support is, you heard Autumn mention Cochise College, Sierra Vista, Fort Huachuca. Cochise College is very south of southern Arizona. It's literally on the border in Douglas, Arizona, as well as in Sierra Vista and Benson. I love going down there. That community college has a population, a very unique population, very similar to ours. I would say they are rural, they are hungry for the connection, and online university is something that they are very, very excited about. They don't necessarily have the desire or the means to go to the traditional university that is our namesake right next door, because it's just not feasible. So through that particular partnership, we have been able to do some interesting things, and we are hoping to expand some of our initiatives like concurrent enrollment with Cochise. Rio Salado, you also heard Autumn talk about Rio Salado, one of the colleges within the Maricopa Community College District. They were the very first school that we offered our full tuition scholarships to. Some of you on this call have helped us on the scholarship selection committee. It is a very big undertaking to have offered as many scholarships as we did to about 5 of our institutions, Rio being the first. And that center photograph shows the awarding ceremony that we had a couple of years ago. 2 of the people in that photo have since graduated, and 2 more are graduating this spring. So scholarships is another thing that we have been able to offer through our division. We hope that some year we will be able to do that again. Yes, Alexa in the chat, changing lives 1 degree at a time. Those scholarships are absolutely life-changing. We could do a whole session on that. But just the tuition benefit that we offer as part of these partnerships are life-changing. When we are at a tabling event, or when Autumn's at a coffee shop talking with students that are just picking up their coffee on their way to one of their Maricopa schools, and they hear what we have to offer as far as the tuition benefit goes, that alone is something that is life-changing. It really does speak to our university of trying to eliminate as many obstacles as we can to make earning your higher education degree more possible. Let's see. One other thing that I think is interesting for everybody to know too, the way that we function is a little different than I think anybody else in the university has to function. And you might not think that it matters, but it does. We have to operate under the brain set of a semester. Our community colleges, which takes up most of our partnerships, is operating that way. So we are, right now is our really, really busy time. You heard Joni say she's going to be heading to Tampa tomorrow for Ultimate Medical Academy's commencement, which is a blast. I had the pleasure of doing that a year ago. She does that twice a year. And then she's going to turn around, and right after Easter, she's on to Orlando with Shay for the Phi Theta Kappa Catalyst Convention, which I have in my very first picture there with Alexa Dunn. That was a blast. So during the spring and during the fall, right after the start of the new semester, at the very end of August is when things start to really kick into gear for us. Now, that does not mean that we don't do anything during those in between months. We certainly do. Outreach is something that we are constantly doing in order to communicate and advocate for our students at UAGC. So with that, I'd like to open up the floor to any questions or conversation that you might have. Don't be shy. I see a whole lot of familiar faces and names on this call. I would be remiss to not mention Alexa Dunn in a more formal way than we have already. Without Alexa, our procedures wouldn't even be in place. As Shaler mentioned in the beginning of his talk, we really did build the plane as we were flying it. And before I came on board, it was our then Vice President and Alexa that really put things into motion with our very first partners. She is really critical to the advancement that we have made as a team. And with her and her department, we cannot thank them enough. Thanks, Alexa. I know you appreciate me not saying anything about you, but there you have it.
There is a question in the chat from Jen Robinson. Did you see
I just saw that, Ted.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sure.
Anything we can do in our courses to support your team? That's a great question, because I know what you're doing, Jen, and it's fabulous. Let me turn that over to Autumn, Shay, and Joni. Is there anything off the top of your head that you can think of?
I mean, I think just being familiar with our team in general, and if someone is in a certain region or something like that and they need a coordinator or they need a different type of contact, I think just simply knowing about us and knowing how to contact us is always beneficial.
Yeah, I would say if you happen to come across students that are part of our partnerships, to make sure that they have our information. We hope that they have our information already, but to ensure that we exist and that you can share that, I think is always helpful, because we're not just a bridge in the beginning. We're here to help them, throughout their education journey.
Yes, what the girl said, yes.
We have him trained well.
Yeah, but he's the big brother. He always pulls that card, as he mentioned. I didn't see the little timer up. How are we doing on time?
We are at 10:02.
And
Okay.
there is another question in the chat
Okay.
from Stephanie. Did you?
Yes, Stephanie spoke about the sequence change for UMA. What are some other things that UAGC offers that really resonate with our partnership students? Great question. Turn it over to the team.
Oh, the 5 to 6 week courses, that really resonates. The UAGC promise also resonates with students. From what I understand and what I've learned over the last 3 years, is like they, if it saves them money and it saves them time, they're interested. But then once they get behind it and they start to understand how good a university is, they're on board.
One of the things that stands out with the students that I work with is that UAGC was created with the non-traditional student in mind. I always try to explain to them, hey, we're not post-COVID online. We've been doing this for years. It was created for the working student, the parent, the person going back to school after, life challenges. It doesn't matter, but reentry or non-traditional students are what we are here to help. And I think that really gives them a calming effect, because they're already nervous about going to a four-year college and they have no idea what to expect. So we're able to share all the resources, but at the same time, we're able to say, hey, we're here for you, and anything you need, we're going to be able to get you in the right department, the right help. And, even general questions like one of my students, a scholarship awardee, just asked, she got into the honors program at UAGC and she was so excited, but she's like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, I feel like I have to because y'all have been so good to me. And she's, a Phi Theta Kappa. So, excelling is natural. But she wanted to know if it would look badly if she didn't end up doing the honors program because of some life challenges she's having now while she still does a full-time program. And so that reassurance for me of like, hey, you are good. We have no expectations of the honors program being completed. We would love for you to have the opportunity. She was accepted, but it's a personal decision. So it's really those students that have personal questions once they get here that can really benefit from our department because they started with us and they can always reach out back to us.
Yeah. I think one thing that I'd like to add to Jen's question, not necessarily about coursework where you could possibly help. One thing that I always offer to students who have a specific degree in mind or a few degrees that they're just not sure about, I have offered to connect them with you, with the lead or department chair, or is somebody that is teaching the course or knows a lot about the course. I know as former faculty how wonderful it is to be able to connect with a potential student or with a student and to share what you know about your curriculum. So that's something that I'll reach out to you about when we have those takers. We certainly have for master's and bachelor degree, or master's and doctoral degree transfers from the faculty and staff of our institutions. Well, thank you so much for coming to our session, and feel free to reach out to any of us anytime with any comments or questions or ideas. We love to collaborate across the aisles with you all.
Thank you very much, everybody.
A big thank you to our esteemed panel for their time and insights. And that concludes our panel titled Boots on the Ground, A Day in the Life. Thank you to all our viewers for joining us. We hope you found the conversation insightful. On behalf of the Department of Behavioral Science and University of Arizona Global Campus, we hope you have a wonderful day. And the next sessions are posted in the chat for your benefit. Thank you.